Thanks for hopping in, and everyone in the VIP group watching, welcome. And we're going to be hitting on 3 big steps, 3 big focus points to run your life and business simultaneously. If you're here, you're likely, you have goals, you have, you might be stuck in a cycle where you're doing really well with your business and then the business kind of falls to the wayside as you pick up your personal life, because your personal life was neglected while you're working on the other thing, and then it just goes back and forth. And I call it yo-yo businessing, and not because you're gangster, because it's going up and it's going down, it's going up and it's going down, and there's no real flow, and you don't see progressive growth. So you might be stuck like in a cycle of that. You might just be starting a new business and you're not sure how, you're not sure if you have it set up properly, and how to reach those goals and how to live your life. We're told so often, actually all the time, to show up authentically in your business and show people your life and show people how your business fits into your life. But then you're like, well, I'm working on my business so much, I don't even have a freaking life. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to try to, I was going to try to hide the chat, but whatever, it can stay there. So you might be stuck and you might not know really where to go with it. So we're going to get on board with the goals and make it work. And that's what I do in my business, is I help people set up their life so that the business flows with it. I design business planners that help you do the same thing, where you can plan your life and work your business into it. And I have, I'm actually becoming certified in Feng Shui, and a lot of the energy flow in Feng Shui I'm going to work into the planner, into my workbooks, and into my business and life coaching practices. So all this stuff is coming up in the next month or so, but I wanted to talk to you guys today, and we're going to have a Q&A at the end. But I'm going to do a little intro, because not all of you have been in my group for very long, or we haven't talked very much. And if you are, but me in a nutshell, I still work in sales and marketing. I've worked for different international companies that have like franchises across North America and working into the UK. I set up their websites, their web sales, their email marketing, and their catalog kind of marketing stuff as well. I worked my own import and export distribution company for a while. I just did that on my own. I imported and distributed equestrian equipment. So I'm a horse chick. I have horses in my backyard. We live on a farm. It's always been a thing that I've done. And actually, when I started coaching, I started doing goal setting and time management for equestrians in particular. And it morphed into just helping everybody reach their goals, live their life, do the things that they want to do, and have enough time to do it. Before I did this, I was a project manager. I have my certification, my project management professional certification, and I worked in construction industry. Actually, it was the oil and gas industry, but we did construction. So I worked on sites across northern Canada, northern Alberta mostly, and made sure that everything ran like on budget, as efficiently as possible, streamlining everything, making everybody as happy as I could. And I'm a mom. I have kids, so I project manage every single day. And my husband works away, so I call myself a solo mom. I'm not a single mom, but I'm a solo mom, because my husband's gone like 20 to 22 days a month, and he's here with us for a few days, and then he goes back to work. So that's the deal. I'm serial entrepreneur. I help people balance their stuff as I'm balancing mine. So we're all in this together. And I also, as I said, I design the Lavish Life Planner, which is a whole, I'm looking at my copy right here, by the way, which is a whole life and business planner that helps you take steps every single day to reach your goals in life and business, and it balances it all together, and it makes it all make sense together. So today we're going to do a couple of huge exercises that do that. And I'm just going to hop right into it. My slides had more things to talk about, but first I want to talk about balance, because we hear a lot of stuff about balance. So that's like the end goal, right? Is balance. When people hear the word though, they get kind of pissy about it. Like, I'm just going to say that. They get kind of pissy about balance because it's something that they haven't been able to achieve themselves. They haven't been able to spend all of the time that they want to spend with their kids. And they haven't been able to spend all of the time they want to spend with their families or with their friends. So it's almost like people get pissed off about it. Oops, let me turn the volume off on this. Without giving it a chance. It's almost like a judgment towards the word balance. And I drew this spiral here because I wanted to keep in mind that balance doesn't mean 50-50. It doesn't mean equal amounts of pressure on all sides. When you think of it that way, that's what creates, is stagnanticity a word? There's got to be a word. That's what makes things stagnant. That's what keeps things still. Like, even in physics, when pressure is applied, that creates friction, it stops the motion. When one of Xander's books, actually, it talks about friction. And when you apply that pressure equally on both sides, it stops the truck. That's how brakes work, right? That's how you actually apply brakes and make things stop, is by having balanced pressure, balanced force. And so when you think of the balance, like, you see, it's usually in like financial things, or even in law, they talk about the justice system being a balance of good and evil, or whatever it is. And it shows it's got to be 50-50. So when you think of balance, you don't want it to be stagnant and stuck. So I want you guys to think balance this way. And this is the way that I am going to be teaching it in my groups, in my courses, and with my one-on-one clients going forward. And it just occurred to me this week. And that's when I was talking. I came on live a couple times this week, and I was like, holy crap, my brain is on fire. I actually got sleep and had this come to me. The golden ratio, you guys. Like, if you don't know about the golden ratio, it's the balance that's found in nature. So, like spirals, it's a 62-38 split. Okay, it's not 50-50. So, like, the 62% of the spiral, which can be found in shells, which is found in scales, like scales on snakes and fish, which is found in feathers. Hey, Karina, no problem. Which is found in feathers, pine cones, in plants, in leaf patterns. The 62-38% split is the golden balance of nature, of the universe. Even the galaxy, the Milky Way, spins in a spiral with the force, or the equilibrium, the balance of 62-38. It's like the golden number. It's the 1 point some. I should have written that down. But I was only going to talk about the 62-38 split, because that is balance, where there is more. If you were to apply more force, like the 62% force on one side with the 38% on the other, this still creates movement and balance. You're still reaching that 100% life when you have changed that balance from 50-50 to 62-38. So I'm just going to check. Crystal wrote, you should be able to click more than... Okay. Yay. There it is. Oh well. Mine says save chat. Allow chat. Everyone chat. Maybe up here. Well. Oh, wait. I think I'm getting somewhere. There we go. There we go. Now it's gone. Okay. So if you approach things now, when you hear the word balance and you think the golden balance, like the nature's balance, and move forward with that, you can allow yourself movement. You can allow yourself that flow in life, in business. So let's get at it. I'm going to go to secret number one. Step number one is when we look at our to-do list, and everybody has a to-do list, and there's probably shit on there you don't want on there. There are probably things on there you feel you should be doing. And that is like inherited. Those are things that we are told we should want. Those are things we're told that we should be working towards, that we might not necessarily want or even need. I know when you look, even if you look on social media, since that's where most of us met, that's what I'm going to talk about. So on social media, you'll see different people defining their success. And some people want a house on an acreage with farm and horses in the backyard, and that's success to them. Some people want to travel. Some people want a fancy car. And some people want a condo like downtown Manhattan. Everybody has a different sense of what they want. But it seems like we're all working off the same to-do list. We're all working off the same priorities, even if those aren't our goals. So we're working through we're working towards somebody else's goal. We're making the amount of money that somebody else says we should want. We're charging rates that other people tell us we should charge. We're dressing the way other people tell us we should dress. So I want you guys, first off, to check out your priorities before we even hop in to the to-do list. I'm going to grab my handy dandy planner, and I'm going to get you guys to write down. So if you brought your pen and your paper, I want you to write down a list. And actually, I'll write it down on the board so that you can see it better. So give me one of these. Just do lines and then write in health. These are in like no particular order. Oh my gosh, this thing is wobbling. Yeah, don't fall. Health, homekeeping, love, family. Okay, so you might think love, family, same thing. Love, I'm talking like romantic love, like your partnership love, relationships, that kind of thing. And family, obviously, is your family. The kids, husband, mom, dad, sisters, brothers, that kind of thing. Anybody you consider family. Personal development, and I'm going to short form it. Personal development, spirituality, whether you're religious, whether you're not, whether it's just like taking care of your inner self, your soul, your mind, taking care of your spiritual health, your mental health. La la la. I'll spell this one out so it doesn't just say mental. And so for mental health, this is like anxiousness. That is things that stress you out, things that are stressful, things that make you anxious, maybe depression, maybe like negative self-talk, the kind of things that impact your mental health. And finances. Oh my goodness. Okay, so write these things down and give me a line on each of them. So I want you to think right now. I had that list in my planner from last year. That's why I went off of it. I want you to think right now, where are you in each of these areas? give yourself a mark of like 1 to 10, 1 being 10 being like 100%. You take care of yourself 100% at 10, and give yourself a 1 if it's something you totally neglect. It's not even a thing in your life right now, and scale it that way. You can have multiple 3s, you can have multiple 8s, 10s, whatever. It doesn't need to be you don't need to you don't need to set these things up in order. Just grade yourself on each of them. And I'll give you a minute to do that. And let's see what's going on Facebook. Hey guys, if you don't have a pen and paper, grab one, because I have different exercises that we're going to do today to help you get things done. So we're going to go over how to cross things off your to-do list, how to set yourself up to reach your goals and still have time for living, and how to change your actions into activities. Activities into actions. Backwards. And if you signed up ahead of time, we're in the Zoom room too, where you can hop in, and after I go through all the exercises, we're going to have a Q&A. Uh-oh, it is glitchy. It's probably my computer, because I have so many things open. I'm going to shrink this down. Okay. I froze on Facebook. I broke the Facebook. Okay. There we go. It's back up. All right. So let's go. What's the second and third? This one is spirituality and then mental health. Wait, second and third. Personal development. So personal development, if you're working in an MLM, personal development is something that's really sort of preached to get done. This one, let me unmute you. Uh-oh. Okay, so it goes health, then home.
Sorry, the second one down.
The second one down?
It's got a huge glare on it.
Oh, okay, that one is home, like taking care of your house and like the car, cleaning and that kind of stuff. And then love, family, personal development, spirituality, mental health, and finances. I froze on Facebook again. I broke Facebook. Sorry, Facebook. Sorry, guys. I don't even know what our Zoom room is. Let's see. Okay. Zoom. I'll just type my Zoom link in here. Zoom 548 976. Okay, so people can join Zoom if they want to. This should work. All right, so you don't need to share with the class, but just take note of the areas where you might be lacking at this point in time. All of these things are pretty crucial to living wholly and fully and really developing into yourself and into your business. And when you get the one, when you really get in with yourself, with your spirit, with your path in life, that's when things really start falling into place. That's when things really start happening a lot with a lot less effort. So more effortlessly is what I always say. And for these things, when you go forward into your goals, I always tell people to focus on the ones that are lacking the most. And that's where we start setting goals when I work with people, like one-on-one or even in groups, if we're doing a lot of individual work in the groups, so that you can really build up the areas in your life that are lacking. But for today, I want you to do like a little mini visualization of you, I'll say like a really good solid month from now, or 6 months from now, if you're working away on your own and you are like trying to build your business, trying to get a business started and moving forward in life and business. Picture yourself when you have reached that goal. Whatever that goal is, if it's like a health goal, if it is like winning a car, winning the lottery, if it is making $5,000 or even $1,500 in your business, if it's making $10,000 in your business, maybe 50, whatever your goal is, imagine yourself at that point where you have reached it. And think about what and where these areas would stand with you then. So, would you be healthy? Would your home be clean and organized? And would you feel comfortable and happy in it? Would your love life be awesome? And you have every night feels like date night. Everything, communication is good. The support and the love is there. And is your family happy and healthy and living their life the way you want them to be? Everybody, is doing well and is open to conversation and supportive in your life. Is your personal development on point and you have a routine set up where you have your personal development every single day and you're getting all these aha moments every single day through your own personal growth? And your spirituality, where you feel strong in who you are, where you feel like you are on your right path, where you feel like you're doing exactly what you're meant to be at the time that you're meant to do it. And is your mental health in check? Like, are you feeling well? Are you stressing out less? Do you have systems in place and things that work to make you feel stable and steady and not in control, but, managing all of your life? And are your finances good? Are you worried about money? Are you saying no to things that you want or that you've done or that you wish you could do? So go through that list again as yourself when you've reached that goal, when you've reached the big goal that you're working towards, that right now you want to happen in the next 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 30 days, 60 days, whatever, 90 days. And where would each of these then be performing at if you could get them there in, we'll say like 4 weeks time? If you busted it out for the next 4 weeks, what numbers would you want each of these things to be at? Realistically, when you reach your goal in 4 weeks, where would you be at in each of these areas? And I'll give you a minute. I'll take another drink while you guys fill it out. I see the fans going down in Texas there. And FYI, it's raining and cold in Canada. Thank you, Canada. So take a look at the numbers that you've given yourself now. Oh, thanks, Sabine. Xander slept in this morning, so I got to paint my face a little bit. I feel good. Thank you. So if you take a look at what you do on a day-to-day basis right now, what your to-do list looks like, does it support this? Does it support where you want to be and the goals that you want to be reaching? Or are you working towards a same tomorrow as you had today, that you had yesterday, that you had last week? is your to-do list, are your priorities just keeping you right where you are today? Or are they working to lift up your personal development, which will help you gain confidence, give you a voice to speak, make you, stand strong in your message when you're showing up in social media, when you're showing up, in your emails. I just got a notification that batteries are dying. Okay, sorry, had to fix my plug. And so if you're working on, or if you're feeling like you're not sure you're in the right place, if you're not sure you're in the right business, if you're not sure you're creating the wrong things, work on your spirituality and build that up, and get to know yourself and get to know your purpose and get to feel what feels good to you. And in your home, working in a cluttered space. And that's why I'm incorporating feng shui into my teaching, into my courses, is because the home, your environment, really impacts you in all of these areas. And if you don't have a energy flow, if you have stagnant corners of clutter, of mess, of just like where, the light doesn't hit and the energy doesn't flow, that affects you in all of these areas as well. So when you're cuddling with like a pile of laundry instead of your husband at night, we got to get that fixed. So that's where, if you, Crystal's laughing at me, if you can build up the areas that are lacking, you will reach new heights in all of these areas. Every area of your life will be affected. So if you have a spot that is low, and in a month's time, you want to see that spot, let's say you're at a 2, and in a month's time, you just wrote down that you want it to be at an 8, you need your to-do list to reflect that. And in getting your to-do list to reflect it every single day, you will be helping yourself. You'll be working on things to better yourself, to get you to where you want to be, so that you can be living your ideal version of yourself today, like now. And tomorrow, you'll be that much further ahead than you have been in the last 25 years, where you haven't been taking that action to get there. And when you have a to-do that is in one of these areas, be it write down a love note, be it write down or call your mom, or is it, reading an inspiring book, like booking calls with your business or your life coach, working your spirituality, doing yoga, meditating, watching Gaia. Hey Ryan, I just got the Gaia app. It's Gaia app. And oh my God, you guys, it's going to like suck me in bad. But, working on one of these areas will build up each of the areas. So if your to-do list does not reflect this, you're working against yourself. And that's probably why it's painful for you to work through it. And that's probably why it feels like every day you're just doing chores. Like, that's the worst word in the world, isn't it? Chores. It's a chore to do it. I have all these chores to do. But taking care of yourself and working towards your goals and getting yourself really into that to-do list, everything else will start to happen effortlessly. And I'm going to move on to step 2, because we've already been going at this for like over a half hour. So step 2, and I'm going to talk about incorporating your goals into it. So it all flows together, of course, because I'm all about making things flow together. But reaching your goals. So when you have your priorities set up and you know where you want to be working more in your life, your goals will reflect that. Your goals will be involved in your life. And when you know, and when you see the end result of you being happy in a clean home, in an organized home where energy flows and where everybody's happy, and you walk in the door and you feel like, oh, I'm at home. Taking the steps to make that happen won't seem so chore-ish. It won't seem so painful. When you're like, all I got to do is take these 10 minutes, get the dishes put away, like load up the dishwasher and wipe down the counter, and I will, like, the kitchen will feel amazing. The kitchen will feel great. I can actually cook stuff and maybe like take food out and chop it up without having a ton of dirty dishes around it. You know, and when you get that going and when you get that mindset switched, yes, Karina says best version of you. Exactly. So when you have your environment reflect that and reflect what you want in your life and how you want to show up for yourself in your life, it's so much easier. And I always talk about not letting the mess be the boss of you. So that's when you don't react to the mess. So if you jot down, I'm going to get you guys to jot this down. This is like an impromptu thing that I didn't plan on doing, but I'm going to get you guys to jot down the messes that you tend to react to. And it might be laundry, it might be dishes, it might be the floors. If your floors get muddy or nasty or there were spills on them and you just left it, now it's sticky, and every time you step you feel the sticky on your foot and it just gets like kind of crazy. I want you to write down those things that you just let get out of control. And it might be like goo in your fridge. I'm just kind of looking around at my house thinking like, where do messes happen? It might be like random things. And so right away, what I want you guys to do is write down those messes. And there might be 10, you guys. It might be your car. It might be the floors. It might be the dog food on the floor. My kids always play in the dog food. And then it's like shit, you're stepping on kibble when you walk by. And I want you guys to like own that so that you're not reacting to it. So that it's like when the time comes and you're like, oh, today is clean the fridge day. The fridge isn't that bad. You know, so that it's not you reacting to laundry all over the floor, but that you're on top of it. So when there's laundry to like the top of the hamper, you do a load so that you stay in the cycle before it gets taken way out of control. And in doing that, and like even cleaning, we have a bed and breakfast and I clean it every time someone leaves. It might not look dirty, but I still grab the mop, I grab the cleaner, I wash the shower down, I clean the sink. Like it looks clean, but it's not going to get to the point where it's disgusting and I need to freaking scrub it for a half hour to get it clean. And I'll wash the floors before like 15 people have been through and there's like an inch of mud stuck to the door kind of thing. So if you take the time, like 5-10 minute things, and get it done, you'll be living in that home priority that has a big shine over it. You'll be living in an environment that will make you feel so much better to be in it. I'm just looking at our Facebook comments. Sabine says, totally agree, love it. Yay, Sabine. So it's staying on top of the shit because nobody loves the actual act of the cleaning, but it's the end result that we're going for, right? Same thing in love, in family, in spirituality, personal development, mental health. You want to stay on top of those things before they get bad. And your health, damn, like you don't want to be a TLC special before you start eating healthy. You don't want to be hospitalized before you start considering your health. You want to consider it before it gets to that bad point, before you get unhealthy. So we want to stop reacting to those things and setting them up with their goals. And if you are in business, which I think all of us who have logged in are, we have a business running, or 2 or 3 or 4, and if you can take care of yourself, be in a home that reflects like the energy that you want in your life so that you can exist and not be stressed out and you can actually relax and not worry about the mess over there, where you have supportive love and acceptance in your life, your family is on board, the goals that you have set for yourself, the like ego type goals of I want 10 people in my course, I want 38 people in my downline, I want $10,000 a month or $56,482 a month, whatever the goal is that you have set for yourself. When you align your whole life to work with you towards that, they will come to you a lot quicker. And if you believe in law of attraction and manifestations and affirmations, like affirm the shit out of this, that you are going to build your life up so that all of these areas are strong and so that you can work towards your goals with your life behind you, with your life being the force to get you to where you want to be in total alignment and total flow. And it will feel effortless. And I've had clients say to me that they felt like they were cheating the system because of how things were just unfolding for them. And it was like the opportunity presented and they grabbed it. And then they kept moving along, aligned and taking care of themselves and all of the aspects of their life that matters. And opportunities started coming and they started showing up stronger and they started showing up with more conviction and more confidence. And it just happens. It just happens when you really take care of yourself and your life, all of the things here from the priority exercise that matter to you. So when you set your goals, they should reflect your priorities. And they will, because all of these things are your business too. So when you use social media for your business, people are seeing you, they're getting to know you, and you're building relationships with them. Like I have talked to most of you in my groups. You have messaged me. We've been on different trainings together. I've worked with some of you one-on-one. I'm still working with some of you one-on-one, or you're in my group programs as well. And these are all things that you need in your business as well as in your life. And that's where the whole flow works together. And that's why I focus on all of it, because I know I can't just lock my kids in the pantry and tell them to sit there while I focus on my business for now. Like the kids and the family and the life doesn't stop because you're an entrepreneur. Like it doesn't. Right now my kids are at daycare, so I kind of planned it that way for this though. Or it would have been like 3 hours long and I'd have a kid on my head. So that like things still happen. My dog is still there. Like my cat is still over here laying down. Life is still going while you're working on your business. And when you can incorporate the two of them, it doesn't feel so much like you're taking away from one or the other. Does that make sense? So I'm going to go, step 3 is taking your activities and making them action. So when you take your activities, and these are the things that you do, like posting in groups. These are the things that you do, like personal development. I'm going to say personal development is an activity, guys, because a lot of people will put off taking action because they think they need to develop more and more and more. And you'll see an ad on Facebook, or you'll see an ad anywhere that says, don't take one more step in your business. Don't contact one more client until you've done this. And it's some kind of inner reflective work that's telling you that you need to fix something within you before you can succeed at your business. And you don't need to be, and you shouldn't really be 100% flawless before you hop into business, before you start contacting people, or before you start sharing your stories to get to know people and to relate to them and bring your offers and bring your knowledge and your expertise, your products to them. Because that is not relatable, because that actually is not even real. You know, there is no point that you will reach where you're like, I've got it all figured out. Sorry everybody, but it just doesn't happen. As you continue to grow, the more you realize you don't actually know. And this learning thing and this development thing is constant. So if you're putting off your business until you've reached the pinnacle of personal development, you're going to put off your business forever. So what you need to do is take that action step. Put it out there. Put the offer there. Tell people what you're doing. Contact somebody. If you're not comfortable yet putting yourself out there, doing like a Facebook Live or doing like a training series like I'm doing here, or a training session, or doing a YouTube video or whatever it is, or even posting like a picture and a before and after in a story, reach out to somebody that you've connected with, whether it be a coach, whether it be like a fellow entrepreneur in a group that you're in, or someone you've met within your business if you're in an MLM, and reach out and start planting those seeds of what you're doing, what your goals are, what your intentions are, until you get more and more comfortable sharing, right? But you need to take that action and declare, honestly, that's what it is. That's what I should have said. Declare it to someone or somewhere that this is, yes, and Karina just said in our Facebook group, decide and declare that this is what you're doing. That this is your business, you are an entrepreneur, this is what you're working towards, and now you're actually fucking working towards it. You're not just thinking about it. You're not just saying, oh, this would be a good idea, but I need to do all these things before I start doing it. You don't. You need to know what you want out of it and how you want to present yourself, what your message will be. You even just need to know how your services or your products has helped you and how you're going to be offering them to people. And that's it. You just need an offer. You just need an offer that is clear, that will make sense, that you can put out there to your audience. You don't need to be perfect. You don't even need to brush your hair. I dry shampooed the shit out of this morning, FYI. Like, it doesn't need to be 100% polished and wonderful. And I know some of you hopped on here a little later, but I had some serious troubles with technology before we started getting going. Like, it was not perfect. And it probably won't ever be. This is like the 18th time I've done one of these things and I still screwed it up. So that happens. It's not flawless at all. So all you need to do is take that step. I know, and I'm looking at some of you who have told me, and there were 2 or 3 in the group the other day that told me they have not started putting their offers out there yet because they're waiting for their website to be perfected. And the website doesn't even need to exist yet for you to put offers out there. You need a way to contact people and a way for people to contact you. And that is it. A website is more of a tool, is more like a brochure that you can give people. And I find that waiting on a website or waiting on the brochure to tell people that you're in business is like I hope you want to take a look at what I do. And you can't hope. You need to show them what you do. People often won't know that what you have is something that they need until they've gotten to know you, until they've gotten to see the results that you bring to people with your product, with your service, and with your offers or your courses or whatever it is that you do, your challenge groups. They won't even know that it is something that they want or need in their life until they see what it has done for other people or what it has done for yourself, and how it lights you up and how it will improve their life and get them out of the spot that they're in. I have friends, you guys. I have friends who need what I do. I have friends who need what I do, and they talk to me all the time about it, about their struggles in getting life and their business up and running and getting all the things done that we need to do as like full grown adults. And it's like, okay, I'll just keep showing them. I'll just keep showing them. And my clients will report back to me. They'll be on calls with me once in a while when I do these group trainings. And it's just like, you wait for them to hear it, right? And other people hear it and they see those results. And then one day it just clicks and it's like, damn it, I'm your client now. Please let me be your client. And that's how it happens. You like set it up and wait for them to hit it out of the park for you. Because baseball analogies, awesome, right? It's July 4th tomorrow. I feel like we had to do a baseball analogy for the Americans out there. So I'm in Canada, but I still play baseball out in Canada. So it's just about putting the offers out there, because if you keep it like secret and you're like, oh, well, I hope somebody asks me, I hope somebody asks me, gee, Leslie, do you know a good like business and life planner? Like, or do you know a good business and life coach? Like someone who could offer a course or something that could help me set up my business, get my website going, that could help me package my offers and like really get my business kickstarted that I could work with like one-on-one or in a group setting. Do you know anybody like that? Like nobody is going to walk up to me and straight up say that. I need to tell people that that's what I'm offering. You know what I mean? So if you're waiting for that by doing activities and writing another blog and making your business page prettier or building up more pages on your website with more information, it takes 21 times. Yes, and I say that all the time. It takes 21 times for someone to see something before they really see it's there, and it's true. And there's like a whole mental steps that they take while they get there. And it's like oh, what is this? Scroll on by. And then it's like, oh, this again. And then they actually they probably hate it. You know, they're probably like, hey, this is getting annoying. And then they're like, wait, okay, what is this? And then they build the curiosity. And in doing that, honestly, and this is one thing that I teach people on all the time, and I have to even say it to myself, because sometimes I feel like I'm putting my offers out there too much. But when you do post on social media, like Instagram, Facebook, mostly, even Pinterest, even though I use Pinterest more like a search engine, but whatever, people don't see every post that you make. And it's not because the algorithm is out to get you. It's because there's a freaking billion people on Facebook and they can't show you a billion posts, or like the world will implode. So you only see like 12 posts at a time. So if you have 5,000 friends on Facebook, you're only going to see 12 of those people's posts at a time. So consider that they are also only seeing 12 posts at a time. And unless you post exactly when your ideal client is online and exactly the right graphic that's going to catch their attention with the right wording that's going to make them go, oh, right, they're not going to see your post. So in putting your offer out there 21 times, they're not going to see it 21 times. They need to see it 21 times. That means you need to put your shit out there like 365 times for people to actually see it. And that's why and how people get lost and don't make the progress that they want to in their business, in MLM or network marketing businesses, especially when you're posting the same content as other people. Because now I'm going to a social media course. Because when you're posting the same content as other people and your friends have scrolled by their post, the algorithm picks up that wording and then your post won't even show up on their timeline because they have shown disinterest in those keywords. So that's why, okay, I'm going to bring this back to the flow. That's why living your life and having this set up and being authentic when you're presented and working towards your goals authentically will help you to switch that activity of perfection, of setting up your brochures and your business cards and your website and making it perfect. That's why it will hold you back, because you need to show up in your life as your business, and your business is part of your life. You know, managing my businesses and my home and raising my kids and having friends and, you know, trying to stay sane is all part of my life that I bring into my business, that I bring forward on my Facebook, that I bring into Pinterest, email lists, all the things, the courses that I teach, and it all flows together. And no matter what it is that you do, if you love it, it's part of your life. And chances are, if you're an entrepreneur, what you're doing in your business is something that you love. Because if you don't like it, don't do it. You know what I mean? You've seen somebody be successful, and I'm going to say Beachbody because I'm looking at a fucking Beachbody DVD right beside me. If you are looking at a successful Beachbody coach, And you're like, oh my God, she made so much money. Oh my God, she's so fit. I'm going to do that. But if you aren't passionate about it, you don't like it, it's not going to work for you because it's not going to fit into your life properly. And if you see someone selling a planner like me, if and you're like, oh my God, like Leslie does so well and she has so much fun with her planner, I'm going to do it. But you're not going to have the same kind of passion if you don't like it. I know a lot of my clients freaking love their planners, and that's awesome, but not everybody is. So it's important to build up your life, get all of this working together, and not in balance 50-50 like we mentioned before, but in a balance that makes it flow. And if you think about like the eye of a hurricane, okay, this is going to sound crazy, but all of the things that we have to balance in life can really start spinning around, and everything's in motion. Nothing stands still and waits for you. Like, I'm going to go feed the horses later. They're not going to be where I left them this morning. They're going to be somewhere else. You know, like they've wandered, they've done their thing throughout the day, and nothing stands still and waits for you. Everything is constantly moving. And if you can find that balance to be at the center of it, like the eye of the storm, where it's the calmest, all of those things will be there. All of those things will keep running, will keep flowing in their perfect balance. And that perfect balance that we talked about earlier is the golden ratio. It's not 50-50. You don't apply the same pressure to all aspects of your life. And that's, what was it, a 62-38 split. That's the golden ratio of nature. It's not 50-50. Nothing is created 100% equally and split across the board like a freaking cake. That's not how life works. That's not how nature works. That's not how plants work. You know, that's not how people survive in their lives. So, guys, that's like the end of the deal. But I wanted to let you know about a course that I have coming up. And it is just that. It's 4 weeks. It's a 4-week course. It's a whole new setup that I've done that includes one-on-one coaching. We'll have 2 one-on-one calls a week. You'll be in a group setting. We'll have workbooks. You'll get a copy of my planner. We're going to go through all this with you and set up an action plan for you, get you working in flow. We're going to evaluate like the feng shui in your life and business. We will set up your offers. We will make sure that you have a business that works. And in 4 weeks, you'll be putting your offers out there to people regularly. We're going to evaluate things. We're going to make sure that you have everything set up that you need set up to succeed in your life and business. And so it's a course that I'm offering. It's going to start as soon as the planners get here, because everybody gets a copy of the planner that's in the course. And there's only room for 10 people. There's room for 7 more people to register. The deal with it is it's $82 a week Canadian. It's my first time running a course where I'm doing one-on-one calls and group coaching. So it's like a beta program. But I really want to help you guys work through all this stuff that we talked about today. Really perfect it, really get your offers out there, and really make it work so you can live your life and reach your goals. And in 4 weeks' time, we're going to do that with we'll have 8 calls together at that point, just one-on-one, me and you. And you'll get takeaways. You'll have homework to do. We will set up your website together. If you need a website, we'll set up your business pages, your social media accounts. We'll get you set up on search engines. We'll get you keywords. We'll get your messaging clear, all that stuff. Like business in a freaking box that works in flow with your life. That is the most important part. So that is set up. You can register for it, or you can just send me a message, but I'm going to put the thingy here. It's Register.businessmoms, because I'm a business mom.club. So I'll put that up there, but I'm going to end the streaming. So thank you, Facebook viewers. But we're going to end the streaming. I'm going to open things up for a little Q&A in our Zoom room. If you're on Facebook, you can hop over to the Zoom room. I posted it in the comments. The number is there. It's 548-985-976. I sound like a freaking commercial. But